Well, the worst fighting between Thailand and Cambodia since the July ceasefire has seen hundreds of thousands of civilians evacuated from border areas, while the Thai military launched airstrikes along the disputed border. At least one Thai soldier has been killed and 8 other people wounded, with each country accusing the other of violating the ceasefire. Let's go live to Bangkok now, where I'm joined by our Asia editor, Karishma Vyas. Karishma, firstly, what can you tell us about these Thai airstrikes along the border and also what triggered them?
Well, Girish, as you mentioned, this has been a rapidly escalating situation. Over the weekend, we saw the two countries exchange artillery as well as small arms fire. Thai authorities say that one soldier has been killed and at least 8 others have been injured. We've seen new areas along this border that have been affected by this latest round of clashes. On the Cambodian side, there's also been a very panicked response.
And what's been the fallout in Cambodia itself?
Well, I was on the phone with some non-government organizations on the ground over there, and they said that villagers and residents along that border left in an absolute, terrified state of mind. Thousands fled. They also said that some 400 schools have been closed, as well as, 78,000 students affected as a result of that. Now, both countries have exchanged blame for, triggering this latest round of the conflict, and it's very difficult for us to verify, in fact, how these weekend clashes started. The airstrikes this morning occurred from the Thai side because they say they saw the Cambodian forces mobilizing heavy machinery as well as reorganizing their troops along the border, and that's why they decided at 5 a.m. Local time here to conduct these airstrikes on what they say were 2 military targets.
Yes, and this ceasefire that was brokered by the US President Donald Trump and the Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim was meant to stop the fighting, but has it effectively been broken?
Well, it does essentially seem like it's been left in tatters. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, as well as President Trump, as you mentioned, oversaw the signing of this expanded ceasefire agreement in October during the ASEAN summit in Kuala Lumpur. At the time, if you remember, it was greeted and celebrated widely. It received a lot of publicity. But even then, it felt a little bit forced. On the Thai side, at least, we were seeing public opinion not really supportive of this ceasefire agreement. There's a lot of nationalism, a lot of nationalistic sentiment here, and people really feel that it was Cambodia that started this conflict and it was Cambodia that is now escalating it. So there isn't a lot of support when it comes to this agreement. However, the Malaysian Prime Minister, who invested a great deal of time and energy in working out this deal between the two countries, he did take to social media and ask the leaders of both countries to exercise restraint because he is extremely concerned about things going too far.
Yes, and the issue of landmines, Karishma, seemed to be a major sticking point in this conflict. What more can you tell us about that?
Yes, this is an extremely contentious point. Even after the ceasefire was signed a couple of months ago, Thailand complained that their soldiers kept getting injured after stepping on landmines. Now, they've accused Cambodia of laying fresh landmines after they initially signed this agreement. This is an accusation, of course, that Cambodia has denied, but this is a major issue for Thailand and a very contentious point in this conflict.
Yes, and of course the big question is whether this is likely to lead to an escalation of fighting between Thailand and Cambodia.
Well, it's really difficult to tell which direction these latest clashes will take. An interesting thing to note is Thailand's Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul faces elections in the coming months. Now, his popularity rating currently has taken a nosedive after recent floods in the south of the country. This affected hundreds of thousands of people there. People were stranded in their homes. People were killed by these extreme weather events and disasters, and they were extremely extremely disappointed, in fact angry, about the slow response from Prime Minister Anutin's government. So he really needs a win at the moment. What we know is that this border conflict does stir up a lot of nationalism. So the tougher he is, the tougher his stance is against Cambodia, the more popular he's going to be with voters. Now, how much he's willing to escalate this is a question mark, of course. We already saw the two countries come to war for 5 days. In July, 48 people were killed there and hundreds of thousands of people had to be evacuated on both sides of that border. So it's going to be interesting to see in the coming days what the Thai government and what the Prime Minister here particularly chooses to do.
Okay, Asia editor Karishma Vyas in Bangkok, thanks very much for that update.